So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Mamdani, there he is.
It all started with a warning, a threat echoing from the highest office in the United States. Donald Trump had said, if Zoran Mamdani wins, New York will lose funding. It wasn't just politics anymore. It was a battle between conviction and control, between the establishment and a man who refused to bend. And then, on election night, the unthinkable happened. Cameras flashed. Crowds roared. History, once again, refused to follow the script. Against all odds, Zoran Mamdani, a 34-year-old of Ugandan Indian descent, toppled political giants and became New York City's first Muslim mayor. As victory chants filled the night, Mamdani stood on stage, his voice cutting through the chaos, calm, deliberate, defiant. To get to any of us, you'll have to get through all of us. It wasn't anger. It was armor, a promise to his people, a warning to power, and a message that would travel far beyond New York's borders. That night, America didn't just elect a mayor. It witnessed a movement being born. Zoran's story began thousands of miles away, in Kampala, Uganda, where his father, Mahmoud Mamdani, a renowned African scholar, taught the politics of oppression and liberation. His mother, Mira Nair, gave the world films that captured humanity in its rawest form. Salam Bombay, Monsoon Wedding, The Namesake. Their son was born into ideas, not luxury. He grew up between 3 worlds, Africa, India, and America. A triangle of cultures, faiths, and contradictions. He learned early what it means to belong everywhere, and yet nowhere completely. From Kampala's vibrant streets to Delhi's chaos. And finally, the boroughs of New York. Zoran absorbed the pulse of the ordinary people, their voices, their struggles, their dreams. That mix of migration, identity, and resistance would later shape the foundation of his politics, that power should serve, not rule. When most politicians begin their careers in boardrooms, Zoran began his in basements and bus stops. He didn't drive a convoy. He took the subway. He didn't speak through press conferences. He spoke through conversations. Day after day, he walked the narrow streets of Astoria, Queens, talking to shopkeepers, janitors, taxi drivers, immigrants. People forgotten by the system but held together by community. His campaign was small. His belief was massive. He called himself a democratic socialist, but to the people, he was simply one of us. He spoke Hindi when no one expected it. He switched between Urdu, English, and even bits of Swahili. It wasn't strategy, it was empathy. And that made all the difference. When the city listened to him, it wasn't hearing a politician. It was hearing a neighbor, finally standing up for their truth. Election night was chaos wrapped in hope. 2 powerhouses, Andrew Cuomo and Curtis Sliwa, stood ahead. The polls were clear. Mamdani didn't stand a chance. The experts laughed. The headlines ignored him. But the people didn't. As results trickled in, disbelief turned to uproar. District after district, he was leading. And by midnight, it was over. The immigrant's son, the underdog, the man of the people, had just rewritten the story of America's most powerful city. Trump's warning faded into noise. And in its place, a new message echoed, that faith and community can defeat even the most unshakable dynasties. New York had spoken, not in whispers, but in thunder. Then came the truth that shocked everyone. When reporters dug into his finances, they didn't find millions, they found modesty. Net worth, $200,000. No mansion in Manhattan. No luxury SUV. Just a $2,250 per month apartment in Astoria, and a subway pass that never left his pocket. He didn't own property. He didn't wear designer suits. He didn't even hire a personal driver. He traveled like the people he served. He lived like the citizens he represented. In a political landscape built on excess, Zoran Mamdani's simplicity became his revolution. He proved that you don't need a mansion to lead a city, you just need a heart big enough to hold it. But what drives a man like this? For Zoran, it's not religion. It's the kind of faith that transcends religion, the belief that humanity still matters. He married a Syrian artist, a union that symbolized everything he stood for: diversity, compassion, understanding. In his speeches, he doesn't preach. He reminds. He talks about fairness, dignity, and justice, as if politics were a mirror of everyday kindness. When others talk about power, Zoran talks about service. He once said, "Politics isn't about left or right. It's about right and wrong." And maybe that's what makes him dangerous to the system. His truth isn't for sale. The video went viral. To get to any of us, you'll have to get through all of us. A single line, and the internet exploded. Clips spread across continents. For some, it was defiance. For others, it was hope. In an age of greed, here was a man speaking of grit. In a world of political theater, here was authenticity. Millions of immigrants, Muslims, South Asians, and working-class families saw themselves in him. He wasn't just a mayor. He had become a symbol of resistance, of representation, of what leadership could look like when filtered through empathy, not ego. That moment cemented his place in modern history, not as a politician, but as a movement. Today, Zoran Mamdani stands as the face of a new kind of politics, where faith fuels integrity and power bows to the people. He still rents the same apartment, still rides the same train, still carries the same humble backpack to meetings. But now, his voice carries across continents. He's redefining what it means to lead in a world that worships wealth. He's teaching a generation that you don't need to climb the ladder. Sometimes you build your own. And as journalists scramble to analyze him, the truth remains simple. He never sought fame. He sought fairness. And somehow, that's what made him unforgettable. From the dusty streets of Kampala to the neon skyline of New York City, Zoran Mamdani carried one thing with him: faith. Faith in people. Faith in purpose. Faith that no matter how divided the world becomes, truth will always find its way back home. He didn't chase power. He redefined it. He didn't inherit privilege. He earned respect. He didn't buy loyalty. He built trust. Because real strength isn't measured in money. It's measured in service. And that's what makes him not just a mayor, but a reminder that one person's conviction can shake an empire. If stories like this move you, stay with History Nexus, where real power meets real people.